Change is one of the few constants in life, yet many of us resist it with all our might. Whether it's the loss of a job, a shift in personal circumstances, or the unpredictable nature of the world around us, change often brings feelings of fear, uncertainty, and discomfort. We struggle to control the uncontrollable, wishing things could stay the same or hoping for stability in an unpredictable world. But what if, instead of resisting change, we embraced it? What if we viewed change as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat? Stoicism offers us the wisdom to do just that. As Epictetus wisely said, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. This Stoic insight teaches us that true freedom comes not from controlling everything around us, but from focusing on what we can control: our reactions, our mindset, and our ability to adapt to life's inevitable changes. In this video, we'll explore how Stoic principles can help us embrace change, navigate uncertainty with resilience, and regain control over our lives, no matter what comes our way. If you're struggling with change or facing uncertainty in your life, stay with us as we uncover how Stoic philosophy can guide you toward a more peaceful and adaptable mindset. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, offers us a powerful insight when he says, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." In a world full of uncertainty, this quote speaks directly to our tendency to place importance on things we cannot control. We place value on external circumstances, our job security, our relationships, our status, and when these things change, we often feel like our sense of stability and control has been taken away. But Epictetus reminds us that true freedom comes from letting go of the need to control the uncontrollable. Change is inevitable. It will happen whether we resist it or not. The Stoic approach teaches us that the only thing within our control is how we react to change. Instead of clinging to things that are fleeting and beyond our power, we can focus on cultivating inner resilience, adaptability, and peace. Epictetus's quote, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have," challenges us to reconsider how we view change and uncertainty. In a world that constantly shifts around us, we often feel a deep need to control external circumstances, our job, relationships, health, or the state of the world. We invest so much of our energy into these things, hoping they will remain stable and predictable. But when change inevitably happens, we feel a loss of control, and this can lead to stress, frustration, and anxiety. The Stoic perspective, however, offers us a transformative insight. We cannot control the external world, but we can control how we respond to it. Instead of fighting against the flow of change, Stoicism teaches us to accept it and focus on what is within our power, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Think about a time when you faced a major change. Maybe it was a job loss, a move to a new city, or a shift in your personal life. What was your first reaction? Did you resist, feeling as though your stability was threatened? Or did you take a moment to accept the change and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? The Stoic approach to change encourages us to stop battling against what is inevitable and instead focus on adjusting our mindset to navigate it with wisdom and resilience. The Stoic view of change. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the understanding that life is constantly changing, and this change is beyond our control. The Stoics believed that the key to peace and contentment lies not in controlling the external world, but in accepting it as it is. By focusing on the things that we can control, our responses, our values, and our actions, we regain a sense of peace, even in the face of life's most unpredictable changes. For example, let's say you lose your job unexpectedly. The natural reaction might be stress, fear, or frustration, but the Stoic response would be to pause and recognize, I cannot control the loss of my job, but I can control how I respond to this situation. Instead of succumbing to panic, you could shift your focus to your next steps, whether it's updating your resume, exploring new career opportunities, or focusing on developing new skills. In this way, you regain control by focusing on your actions, not the external event. Embracing change with resilience. Change isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. In fact, Stoicism teaches us that every change is an opportunity for growth. When we embrace change, we stop fighting against the current of life and start flowing with it. Each challenge, each shift, is an opportunity to develop resilience, the ability to adapt, learn, and grow stronger. The Stoics were not blind to the difficulties of life. They recognized that suffering, loss, and uncertainty are part of the human experience, but instead of resisting these hardships, they accepted them and saw them as chances to cultivate virtues like courage, wisdom, and patience. When we accept change as part of life, we can choose to learn from it and emerge wiser, rather than bitter or defeated. Practical Stoic strategies for embracing change. Focus on what you can control. One of the core Stoic practices is the dichotomy of control, understanding that there are things we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, and things we cannot control, other people, the past, external events. In times of change, make a conscious effort to focus only on what is within your power to influence. Reframe your perspective. Change often feels like a loss, but Stoicism encourages us to reframe our perspective. Instead of seeing change as a threat, we can view it as an opportunity for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I grow through this challenge? Reframing change as an opportunity helps us adapt with resilience and optimism. Practice acceptance. Stoicism teaches us to embrace amor fati, or the love of fate. Instead of resisting the flow of life, practice accepting what is happening, even if it's uncomfortable. When we stop fighting against change, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and start to focus on how we can respond with wisdom and grace. Build emotional resilience. Emotional resilience doesn't mean avoiding difficult feelings. It means acknowledging them and choosing how to respond. In moments of change, practice acknowledging your emotions, fear, sadness, or frustration, without letting them control your actions. Allow yourself to feel, but then decide how you want to respond. By building emotional resilience, you can face change with a calm and clear mind. Prepare for change. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining potential challenges or losses to mentally prepare themselves for what might come. By acknowledging that change and uncertainty are a natural part of life, we can mentally prepare ourselves to face them with equanimity and confidence when they arise. Embracing the flow of life. In the end, Stoicism teaches us that change is not our enemy, it is our teacher. When we stop fighting against life's inevitable changes and begin to embrace them with resilience, we unlock the ability to navigate uncertainty with peace and clarity. By focusing on what we can control, our responses, our actions, and our mindset, we become empowered to face life's challenges with wisdom and strength. In a world marked by constant change and uncertainty, it's easy to feel like we're on unstable ground. Whether it's a global crisis, personal loss, or unexpected life changes, we often find ourselves facing situations that are beyond our control. The constant fluctuations can create anxiety, stress, and a sense of helplessness. We want stability, but the reality is that change is inevitable, and resistance to it only adds to our suffering. But Stoicism offers us a powerful approach to dealing with change. Stoic philosophy teaches that while we can't control external events, we can control our reactions to them. Instead of resisting the natural flow of life, we can embrace it with resilience and wisdom. As Epictetus wisely said, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. This fundamental Stoic insight teaches us that by focusing on external things, like the actions of others' events or the state of the world, we become more vulnerable to stress and anxiety. The key to peace and fulfillment lies in turning inward and focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our choices, and how we respond to life's changes. The Stoic practice of embracing change. One of the core tenets of Stoic thought is embracing what we cannot control and focusing on what we can. The Stoics believed that external circumstances, no matter how difficult, are not what determines our peace of mind. It's how we respond to those circumstances that matters. Think of it this way: change is a constant in life. Whether it's a job loss, a change in health, or the dynamics of a relationship, these changes are a natural part of existence. Instead of fighting against them, the Stoics encourage us to accept them. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means acknowledging reality as it is and choosing how we want to engage with it. Navigating change with resilience. Stoicism teaches us to face change not with fear, but with resilience. Every time life presents an obstacle, it also provides an opportunity for growth. This perspective can transform how we view challenges. Rather than seeing change as a threat, we can view it as an opportunity to cultivate virtues like patience, courage, and wisdom. For example, when faced with a major change, such as a career shift or a personal loss, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. But the Stoic approach invites us to take a step back and ask, what can I learn from this? How can I adapt? When we stop resisting change and start seeing it as a part of life's natural order, we can cultivate a sense of calm and clarity. The Stoic practice of negative visualization, imagining potential setbacks or challenges in advance, can also help us build emotional resilience. By mentally preparing for change, we develop a greater capacity to face the inevitable shifts in life without fear or distress. The dichotomy of control. One of the key Stoic principles is the dichotomy of control. This concept helps us to distinguish between the things we can control and the things we cannot. We can't control the actions of others, the course of events, or the changes in our environment. However, we can control how we react to these changes. This practice helps us regain a sense of agency in situations that might otherwise feel uncontrollable. By focusing on what's within our power, such as our responses, attitudes, and decisions, we can stay grounded and resilient, even when faced with the unexpected. Turning change into opportunity. The Stoics believed that life's challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth. Every change presents a chance to test our character and deepen our understanding of ourselves. Instead of fearing change, we can embrace it as a natural and necessary part of our development. When life changes unexpectedly, take a moment to reflect. What does this change allow me to learn? How can I grow from this experience? Each challenge, each shift, is an opportunity to cultivate greater wisdom, resilience, and compassion. For instance, when a personal or professional setback occurs, we can use it as an opportunity to reassess our goals, values, and priorities. By embracing the change with a Stoic mindset, we transform what could have been a source of stress into a catalyst for personal growth. As we conclude today's discussion on embracing change in a world of uncertainty, remember that change is inevitable. We can't control the external shifts in our lives, but Stoicism teaches us that we can control how we respond. Instead of resisting change or fearing it, we can embrace it as an opportunity to grow, adapt, and strengthen our character. By focusing on what is within our control as our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. Epictetus reminds us that the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. The key to peace and inner freedom lies in letting go of the need to control the uncontrollable and focusing on the power we have over our own responses. So, the next time you face a change, big or small, ask yourself, how can I embrace this change? What can I learn from this experience? How can I use this change to grow and become a better version of myself? Thank you for joining us today. If this video resonated with you, subscribe and share it with someone who could benefit from these Stoic principles. Together we can embrace change with resilience and live more peaceful, fulfilling lives, no matter what life throws our way.